Welcome back, everyone. As I introduced earlier, but you can never do it too much. We are going to be chatting this morning with Zakia Uzoma Wadada, who is the Executive Director of the Emancipation Support Committee. And we're speaking about a tribute to the elders. And it's very timely, as yesterday we actually observed the World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. And I think it's very timely that we are speaking about something that pays tribute to the elders as well. So good morning, Zakia.
Okay, hello, good morning, Kari.
How are you doing this morning?
And welcome to your viewers this morning. Yes, thank you so much. Yes.
Oh, yes, definitely. Now, Zakia, every year on the Saturday before Father's Day, there was a tribute to the elders and a tribute to fathers as well, with a drumology festival, if I were to call it that.
Yes, Drum Festival, that's right. Yes. So normally, the Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago, we host a Yoruba Village Drum Festival. This festival is hosted in the Yoruba Village community, which I know many of us may not realize that what we are referring to when we say the Yoruba Village community, we're talking about East Port of Spain. Yes, and as this community was formerly in earlier days known as Yoruba Village or Yoruba Town because of the number of persons from the Yoruba community of Nigeria who lived in that space. And that space encompassed Belmont, Gonzales, Mova, Sealots, Betham, all of that area that we normally consider East Port of Spain, behind the bridge kind of thing. So that was Yoruba, yes, Yoruba Village. So we thought it was really important to bring persons back to the appreciation of this particular space and its history and that particular community, because we know of the amount of challenges and the kind of profiling that that community has suffered over the years. So the Yoruba Village Drum Festival was intended to remember our ancestors, remember the history of the Yoruba village, and as you said, to pay tribute to those in the community, an elder in the community who would have been responsible for keeping the African traditions of the community. So we call it the Keeper of the Tradition Award. But in addition, on that same day, we also give an award to a young person in the community who has also achieved, whether academically with respect to culture or sport or any combination of those. So in addition to presenting to the community, the drumming and the dancing and all the different performances, we also celebrate the community by helping them to show appreciation to the elders and to give encouragement to the young person. And of course, we see it as an opportunity, of course, to remember the ancestors of the Yoruba Village community. And it's also an advocacy for us to encourage that the Yoruba Village community itself also becomes a little bit more reflective of its history.
Right, yes. Right. And, what do you think is needed to get more young people involved and more young people interested in preserving that African heritage and that African tradition? Because oftentimes we see it lost along the way because of exposure to media and so many other entertainment from other countries, typically the US here in Trinidad and Tobago. And, people's focus shifts from the heritage to something else. What do you think is needed to really preserve the heritage, the African heritage?
Yeah. So before I respond, Carrie, I just also wanted to say that on that day, because it's normally the day before Father's Day, we also pay tribute to our fathers in the community. Yes, so I wanted to make sure we got that in because, Father's Day is this weekend. But the children, it would be amazing. And I hope that after people see the Drum Festival on Saturday, because it is a festival that takes place in a very small space. So I don't think many Trinidadians have actually seen this festival, although we did have an online version last year. the majority of participants in this festival are children, young people. They are the ones, so we do have the elders, but you would see on the festival the range of performers from children as young as 3 to 5 years old involved in dancing or playing the drum to the elders. So we have the young ones, the teenagers, you have the matured men and women, and we also have our elders. So that all of them are represented, and the elders are the ones who have been working with the young persons to keep the traditions and to keep them involved. And in many of our communities, even in the Yoruba village community, we do have many young people who are very interested in the culture, playing the drums and dancing and so on. And as a result, those are the ones who we have been able to perhaps save from becoming involved in delinquent activity, etc. So even though the festival does not only focus on performers from the Yoruba village community, people come from the drummers come from all over Trinidad and Tobago, the fact is that you would notice that the majority of the participants are indeed our children, our young people. They are interested, they love playing the drums, and you will see the joy with which they do it at the drum festival.
That is absolutely wonderful. And well, of course, this year it's online again. I actually have a question. Yes. Being that the curfew hours have changed for this weekend, how are you going to go about doing the festival that way?
Yes, so actually what we are doing is a curated version of the festival. So we are bringing back to the audience events that would have passed. So performances from past years, some of the very excellent performances. And as I said, so many persons have not seen this. And therefore we are given an opportunity now to expose those performances not only to a local audience, but also a regional audience, an international audience, so that our performers, our drummers, and our dancers, and our chanters are now going to be exposed on a very wide platform. So what we are going to do, we will be speaking using, of course, the virtual platform to the leaders of the different groups. So this gives us an opportunity to speak with them, so they talk about their groups and their experiences with the drum festival, and then we present their performances. Yes, so that makes it a very interesting sort of, old and new kind of perspective.
Yeah, and definitely.
Quite enjoyable, yes.
Well, Zakia, I wish you the very best with that, and that is coming up on this Saturday.
This Saturday, the 19th of June. So it is Labor Day. So and I want to recognize Labor Day and all those persons who are out there working really hard, those who are perhaps going through some hardship at this particular point in time. And we pray that soon that this pandemic will be over, so that persons can, again, restore themselves. But we remember our workers on this day, and on the afternoon at 5 p.m., we ask of you to join us with the Drum Festival, as we also remember our fathers who will be celebrating Father's Day on Sunday.
On Sunday, that's right. Thank you so much, Zakia Uzoma-Wadada, Executive Director of the Emancipation Support Committee. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back. We have much more in the program. Stay right where you are.